Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybrick Family Farm. While I would love to tell you guys that I have a big concrete plan for the garden situation here, I have no idea what I'm doing still. I am planning on doing some raised beds this year in terms of using buckets and big containers and things like that to grow in. I don't know if I'm going to actually grow anything in the ground here this year because everywhere that the garden was at, almost when I measured it out and stuff and actually walked it out and figured it all up, we're not losing like half the garden or anything like that. We're actually losing about 75 to 90% of our garden space for the leach lines to come in here. So I'm basically left with this little corner section right in here that we had grown cherry tomatoes in last year. That's about the only area of the garden that we're going to be able to keep. And it comes out at a wonky diagonal thing because we have to move that gray shed there. So it's not even like I can put a proper rectangular garden just right in here. The other issue that makes things very complicated and wonky is the reason the septic can't come in this area here. As you can see, it is extremely muddy everywhere. And that's pretty much how this section of our yard is all year round, except for when we're in a drought in the summertime. That's how it is. It's just super swampy, muddy, mucky, nasty mess of mud. That's the only way I could put it. So I can't. Somebody's laying an egg. I can't really say that I know what I'm doing at this point because, to be quite honest, there are so many things that are so up in the air with this property, with this homestead, with the layout of everything that I don't know what to say because I don't know. There's so many variables that are so unknown that at this point I don't know what to do. But the one thing that I do know to do is that right now, because it's going to be almost 60 degrees today, the ground is not frozen, although it is extremely muddy, extremely wet. This is potentially one of the best opportunities that I'm going to have before the septic comes in to work on digging up all of the asparagus that we have planted here. So this is like a 30-ish foot row of asparagus, and then there's also, this is our perennial bed over in here. So we have probably 20 or so different types of varieties of mint planted in this area. We have hundreds of strawberry plants planted in this area, and we have, like I said, a whole lot of asparagus planted in this area here. So it is very disheartening to have to dig it all up to then put it into pots to then figure out maybe in the springtime we might know more answers. We might know where to put things. It definitely is not the way I had foreseen all of this going at all. I had honestly figured that if I ever was moving our garden, that it was because we were moving to a bigger homestead, to a bigger location, to something that was, much more than just 2 acres. But to have to be in a position right now where I'm looking at moving the garden to another location on this property when this was the only partially suitable location that there was to begin with, it's honestly really devastating for me. Plus, too, I also have to figure out where we're moving the rabbits to because they can't stay there. So yeah, it's rough, but it is what it is. I'm really glad though that I do have today's really nice weather. So it actually feels like spring today. So it's gonna kind of screw up my psyche whenever in a couple of days it's going to get really cold again and everything's gonna freeze back up because these last couple of days it felt like spring. So that's been really nice. So anyways, I'm going to quit yakking so that way I can work on getting everything dug up because I have, like, even in not just in the perennial bed back there, even in the walkways here, there are tons of strawberry plants that the runners have set out and have spread out all over the place, which is kind of what we wanted to happen. But so I have tons and tons and tons of work to get done. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. So thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.